Hello, television family. We have gathered once again on the 6th day of July, 2022, and I checked my calendar not only once, but twice this morning. It's Wednesday. There it is, the theme to Winning Wednesday as performed by Grammy Award winner Diana Ross, available on her new album and downloadable on iTunes. And we have double prizes today. Yeah, I mean, what the heck, right? We're in a good mood. Once again, the VIP spot. Can't even begin to tell you how popular this prize is. If you are a regular watcher of the show, you know what it's all about. It's how you watch the movie. It's the only way to watch the movies. The VIP spot is the 21 and older location at the Gateway Cinemas out there in Old Station. They always have the top flight first run movies playing there, and it's really comfortable. They got a fantastic sound system, big comfortable chairs, lots of leg room, good food, adult beverages. Everybody loves the VIP spot. And if you want to go see a movie, any movie you want between now and the end of the year at the VIP spot, I got a couple of tickets for you. All right, this is a voucher. You take it, you say, I want to go to the movie, and they say, here you go. Have a good time. Email me, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. That's how you enter. You send me in an email, all right, winner@ncwlife.com. There are some restrictions that you need to know about. Number one, of course, because it's the VIP spot. Oh, my earpiece is going to fall out. I use super glue to keep it in there. There we go. Because you got to be at least 21, you got to be at least 21, because you got to be 21 to get in, so that makes perfect sense. Also, because it's the VIP spot, you have to be a very important person. And employees of Solion Broadcasting and Local Telecommunications and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, David. Winner@ncwlife.com. And we're going to throw in a bonus prize, because Eric found this on his desk the other day. He said, Dan, give this away in your show. It's Buckaroo. It's the board game. It's for kids of all ages. Let me see here. It's ages 4 plus, 2 players or more. Adult assembly required from Hasbro Gaming. It's Buckaroo, the saddle stacking game with a moody mule. We dug this out the other day. Tucker wanted to play it, but I said I'm not going to give away a used game. So we're going to throw this in as a special bonus prize. So Buckaroo, the board game, and 2 tickets to the VIP spot. Winner@ncwlife.com. Winner@ncwlife.com. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on today. All right. It is 61 degrees, cloudy skies. Had a little rain overnight. It wasn't unexpected. They said we had about a 30% chance of rain in the overnight hours, and it 30%ed between about 1:30 to about 2:30. It's not raining right now in the Wenatchee Valley, but it is overcast and 62 degrees. Well, it's going to start out with clouds this morning. Eventually, the sun will make its presence felt, and then a gradual, and I mean a gradual warming trend, but the long-term forecast starting Saturday, essentially, going pretty much all the way through next week, is a long, extended period of sunny and warm weather. I like that. Forecast details are on the way. We have a lot of news to get to. It was a busy day in the bullpen yesterday. Sports, Mariners are playing really good baseball. We like that. They won. They beat San Diego again yesterday. We'll have highlights of that. And the Apple Sox began their 6-game road trip up in Canada on a winning note as well. We'll talk about that in the sports segment, everything else you need. And we had a chance to head on down to the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center yesterday morning to talk to the brand new executive director, Mariah Thornock. Everybody knows Mariah from her longtime association, not only with the museum, but before that with the Red Cross. Mariah Thornock will talk about her new gig. It's a high-profile, important gig. Mariah will be my guest in the back half of the program. It's 4.5 minutes after the hour. Shall we? Let's do it. What's going on out there with our cameras, our PTZ cameras, courtesy of Local Tel's Sky-Fi division. Those are good folks in Sky-Fi. Pretty fascinating technology. You can have super fast internet and live in the boonies. As long as you can see one of our Sky-Fi towers, and there's about 100 of them all over the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington and even out in the Columbia Basin. As long as you have line of sight, you can get Sky-Fi and you don't have to worry about fiber. And that's why we have all of these cameras positioned all over our Sky-Fi towers. As we look at the Wenatchee Valley, as you can see, we still have the high clouds, but they will be thinning out as the day progresses. So a little unsettled today, but I think we're pretty much done with the rain. Camera 2, I don't know. The captain gets to decide. He's pushing the buttons today. We're going to take a look at the Rondo Rock camera. Maybe. He doesn't know. We're looking at Lake Antioch. I can pretty much tell you that. That's got to be on the Douglas County side of the river, looking back over to the Chelan County side of the river in 97A. I'm guessing here. I think that's the Arundel Rock camera. It is. It has been confirmed. Thank you very much. Just about 10 minutes ago, there was a bird on that little wire that you see in the lower right-hand corner of your screen where our bug is. It has since flown away. Good morning to the Columbia River, sometimes known as Lake Antioch for reasons I don't know. Camera number 3. I guess when you bury a town, you get to name the lake after the town, right? Good morning to Jump Off Ridge as we look out over the Wenatchee Valley. Have that zoomed in just a little bit. You can see the south side of the Wenatchee Heights Ridge as it recedes into the Stamil Basin. You can't quite make out Malaga. Last I checked, it's still there. Pretty good swath of East Wenatchee, the East Wenatchee Bench. You can see all of Birch Mountain off in the background and most of Sunny Slope. Good view there from our Jump Off Ridge camera. And we wrap it up with camera number 4. Stein Hill says hello. Good morning to the Cashmere Golf Course. I like that golf course. They basically took a chunk of orchard and cut it down and planted grass, and boom, you got 9 holes of golf. And it can be challenging as well. That's a beautiful view from Stein Hill. I call it Stein's Hill for years, and I realized about a month ago it's not plural. It's just Stein Hill, named after the Cashmere pioneer, of course, Jerry Hill, as we look back down towards Cashmere. All right, from the National Weather Service, here we go. The clouds will be departing as the day progresses. We'll see the sun peeking out a little bit later on today, right around 79. We only hit 78 yesterday. Our normal high is 85, so we've had 3 days back-to-back below normal temperatures. We'll do it again today. We've been saying below normal pretty much all summer long. 57 for the overnight low tonight. 82 under partly sunny skies on Thursday. Very little chance of rain tomorrow, but we will see a few more clouds. Just a couple hanging around. But for the most part, the sunshine is going to get the upper hand. Then we start the process. We'll go to 84. On Friday, we'll go to 85 on Saturday with bountiful sunshine, up to 87 on Sunday. Monday, 91, mid-90s on, apparently Tuesday and Wednesday will be skipped. If you look at that graphic, we're going to go ahead and jump from Monday of next week right to Thursday. So that's great. I only have a 3-day work week next week. I'm liking that. We'll be to 95 by Thursday. Yeah, there will be a Tuesday and Wednesday next week unless something really bad happens. And by the way, sunset is now before 9 o'clock. The days are gradually getting shorter. Sunrise this morning was at 5:12. Sunset tonight, 8:59. But the days are getting shorter in almost imperceptible ways, so we'll let that one go by. I'm a little worried about next Tuesday and Wednesday. It may not happen. It's 8 minutes after the hour, a 1-minute break, and then your Wednesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Are you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
These are just a few of the sounds you can hear live at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. July 12th through 13th, the Apple Sox are hosting the Dub C Fish Sticks at 6:35 p.m. Tuesday the 12th is All Things Coyote Night, as well as our $2 off Tuesday, with all tickets, hot dogs, burgers, and Coors Draft Pours $2 off. What better way to spend a Wenatchee summer night than with the Apple Sox at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium?
Just about 10 minutes after the hour, overcast and 61 degrees. The clouds will be departing as the day progresses. A couple of light sprinkles off and on, and then we'll have sunshine this afternoon, and sunshine's going to be hanging around for the foreseeable future. We begin with this story. 2 brothers were arrested on felony warrants early last Thursday morning in South Wenatchee by members of the East Cascades SWAT team. Law enforcement authorities described 24-year-old Jorge Verduzco Mendoza and 28-year-old Osvaldo Verduzco Mendoza as two known gang members and the residence where they were arrested in the 900 block of Met House Street in Wenatchee as a known gang hangout. The Columbia River Drug Task Force and the Department of Homeland Security said the home had been the target of investigations into narcotics, firearms, and gang activities in the past. A stolen firearm, by the way, was among the items seized in the arrest. The Mendoza brothers are being held in the Chelan County Jail. They say more charges are pending. Two people were injured, one seriously in a two-car accident. This happened about 3 miles west of Quincy on State Route 28 yesterday afternoon. The Washington State Patrol reports that at 4 yesterday afternoon, a semi-truck being driven by 52-year-old Ruben Lorena of Quincy was stopped in the westbound lane for a vehicle that was waiting to make a left turn off the highway. And that's when the semi was struck from behind by a 1988 Toyota Celica being driven by 54-year-old Victor Flores Meza of Quincy. A passenger in the Celica, 36-year-old Jolene Terry of Ephrata, was airlifted to Sacred Heart Medical Center in Spokane with serious injuries. Meza, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was transported to Quincy Valley Medical Center in Quincy with unknown injuries. He faces charges of following too soon. By the way, the driver of the semi, Lorena, was not injured. Gas prices remain at historic highs, but it might be some comfort to know they're falling in north central Washington. AAA says the average cost of a gallon of regular unleaded gas is $5.30 a gallon in Chelan County. Now, that's 11 cents a gallon cheaper than it was 2 weeks ago and 23 cents a gallon cheaper than a month ago. On June 10th, Chelan County hit a record high of $5.53 a gallon. Now, AAA currently lists Douglas County at 10 cents a gallon less than Chelan County at an average of $5.20. Gas Buddy is an online user-generated site. They say the cheapest non-cash only gas in the two-county area is at Costco. You'll pay $5.06 a gallon there. A 29-year-old Brewster man was killed early Monday morning in a two-vehicle accident on Highway 173 south of Brewster. The Washington State Patrol says Alejandro Rincon Martinez was driving a 1995 Honda Civic south at about 1:20 in the morning when he lost control on a curve, struck the embankment, and re-entered the roadway. When the vehicle came to rest in the northbound lane, it was then struck by a 2013 Toyota Corolla being driven by 20-year-old Rodmiro Espino, also a Brewster. Martinez was killed. Espino treated for his injuries at the scene. The State Patrol said the highway was partially blocked for more than 4.5 hours. The Washington State Patrol said the wreck remains under investigation. A wildfire believed to be human-caused north of Grand Coulee burned more than 100 acres on Saturday before Department of Natural Resources aircraft helped local firefighters gain control. The fire was first reported just about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, this was on Saturday on Colville tribal land on Peter Dan and Dump roads. Winds quickly spread the blaze into the grass and brush as numerous firefighting agencies responded, including from Grand Coulee and Coulee Dam. The fire was declared under control, by the way, just before midnight. Somebody broke into the Wenatchee City pool facilities last week and apparently took a dip before stealing numerous items. The Wenatchee Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department said at 10:22 in the evening last Thursday, two male suspects broke a window and entered the pool office. At 2:32 a.m., they could be seen leaving on bikes. Stolen were several items ranging from first aid supplies to operating equipment. The burglars also took lifeguard hoodies that you see there, so they should be pretty easy to identify. Parks and Rec is asking anybody who sees somebody wearing one of the hoodies who is not in the pool area to contact Wenatchee Police. And finally, on this Wednesday morning, drive-through COVID-19 vaccines will no longer be available at the Town Toyota Center after July 13th. The Chelan Douglas Health District said the demand for the vaccines has waned, with an average of just 30 doses a week administered in recent weeks. The health district says COVID-19 drive-through testing at the Town Toyota Center will continue through the month of July. On Wednesday, testing and vaccine operations will move for 1 day only today to Walla Walla Point Park because they are repaving the Town Toyota Center parking lot. That's what's making news. At quarter after the hour, we will have a newscast for you as we endeavor to do every weekday with the gang in the newsroom, gathering the news, disseminating the news, deciding what is news, and then presenting the news at 5, 6, and 10 with a preview of tonight's newscast, the anchor Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, isolated showers in our Wednesday weather forecast and then warmer weather heading into the end of the week. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington forecast. And in sports, Dan Kuntz has the latest on the Mariners and the Apple Sox. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Don't forget, you can watch the news at your own volition, whatever you want. If you have access to the internet, you have access to the news, because we post the news on our Facebook page and on our website, too. And don't forget, if you have a news tip or you want to just say hi, look at the bottom of your screen. You'll see our email address, our Facebook account, our homepage, ncwlife.com, and a beautiful view of Kashmir from Steins Hill, named after legendary Kashmir pioneer Jerry Stein. All right, 15 minutes after the hour, almost 16 minutes after the hour now. When we come back, sports. The Mariners are one of the hottest teams in baseball. They're playing pretty good right now, and so are the Apple Sox, all things considered. We'll talk about the Local 9 and the Emerald City 9 when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the...
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
"17 minutes after the hour in sports, Logan Gilbert earned his 10th victory of the year. That's tied for the best. In Major League Baseball, Sam Haggerty hit his first home run in over 2 months, and the Seattle Mariners took care of business, 6-2 the final over the Padres yesterday. The Mariners have won 12 of their last 15 games. They swept the 2-game set. They've won 5 consecutive series, and they're within one game of 500 for the first time since May 4th. Here are your highlights.
Pitch swung on, one hopper to third, charging Suarez. He's got it. Steps into the throw, toss across in time to give Machado for the second out of the inning. Voit batting .229, the Padres DH, 10 home runs, 35 runs batted in, former Yankee.
Trying to keep the fastball away to Voit.
Line to left field, that's going to get in. Haggerty slides over to make the grab. He's going to hold Voit to a single. Nicely done out there in left field for the Mariners left fielder. Here is Eric Hosmer. Grounder up the middle into center field, a base hit. Voit will take second. Back-to-back base hits start this second inning for the Friars. Kind of jammed and flips it out to shallow right, falling fast, and it's going to fall for a hit. It's going to load the bases. 3 straight hits for the Padres. Open up the second inning.
So a jam here for Logan Gilbert. His first start against San Diego. He's got Austin Nola. Put it in play. Gino's going to get the lead runner for out number 1. Fly ball. Haggerty on the case. There's the throw, and boy, he got it in there. Nicely done. And a pitch from Gilbert. Popped it up. Julio, left center field. What a great escape. A terrific job by the Mariners and Logan Gilbert to get down the line. Stay fair. It did. Sam Haggerty with a home run. Mariners lead it 1-0. Sam getting a start today. A liner into the seats here in San Diego. And the Mariners, after shutting out San Diego in that bases loaded situation, comes back with 2 outs and a home run, his first of the season.
Clevenger had been perfect, retired the first 8 batters. EQC tracer, that is right on the inside corner. Exit velo of 109. A solid line drive that leaves the ballpark.
And just out of the reach of a diving Cronenworth as Toro will make his way to third.
There you go.
Hang with him. Nice job by Adam Frazier. Dylan Moore with a chance to give the Mariners the lead. Get it back to him. Breaking ball. That's a fair ball, and the Mariners have a lead. Toro scores to make it 2-1. Frazier getting a wave on. He'll score easily. Demo will settle in with a 2-run double. And the Mariners are back in front. It's 3-1 Seattle.
Right in the middle of the plate. Stayed right on it, able to keep it fair.
Sam hits one hard. Here comes Demo. Getting a wave on. Here's the throw from Mazzara. It is offline. Another RBI for Sam Haggerty. And the Mariners lead goes to 4-1 here in the fourth. That's a big-time day. Your 8 and 9 hole hitters. Big cha-ching today in San Diego.
Fly ball down the left field line. Has Haggerty over towards the stands, and he'll make the catch. Tagging is Mazzara. He will score up to second base. Also tagging is Grisham. Padres get their second run. It's a sac fly, and it's 4-2 now, Mariners. And the bunt bid, it's hard. Garcia has got it. His throw will get away. And heading for second base is Haggerty. The throw will be late. Nobody's covering third now. Manny is, and he is out. Wow. Whoa. All kinds of stuff going on that play.
Put up the big top.
Wow. He looked up at second, and nobody was actually covering third, but Manny wasn't that far away as it turned out, and Manny got over there, and they throw him out.
Yesterday, his first day after serving his suspension time. JP. Grisham, not gonna get it. I told you, everybody's gonna run. Haggerty scores. Julio scores to third, digging for three. He is in there with a 2-run triple. J.P. Crawford. Grisham takes a lot of pride on being able to go back on fly balls and liners. Not today. 6-2 Mariners.
Yeah, how about those Mariners? Gilbert pitched really well. He allowed just one earned run. He gave up 6 hits, 5 1/3 innings. He walked 3, struck out 1, has a 2.61 ERA. That's all good news. Mariners are off today. Then they open up a 4-game series before the All-Star break with Toronto. Coming to T-Mobile Park, Marco Gonzalez gets the nod tomorrow with the Blue Jays in town. Apple Sox, Matt Halbach had a go-ahead solo home run in the 5th inning, and that was the difference. Evan Canfield pitched really well. And the Apple Sox get past Kelowna 2-1 last night at Elk Stadium. Canfield pitched season-high 7 innings, include 5 in a row at one point. I'm sorry, he struck out 7, including 5 in a row at one point. His ERA, 1.25. That is very good. Canfield twice pitched in dangerous situations with the lead. He allowed consecutive hits to open the bottom of the 5th inning in the first inning of relief, but he struck out the side to get out of the threat. And then in the 9th inning, he surrendered a leadoff walk and a sacrifice bunt that moved the tying run to scoring position, but then back-to-back pop-outs into the game. Riley Sinclair allowed 1 run in 4 innings. He gets his first victory of the season. Michael Davini picked up a pair of hits with an RBI base hit in the first inning that put Wenatchee on the board. The Falcons answered back with a run and a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the first inning. But again, the Apple Sox pull out to 2-1 victory. They can win their 4th series in their last 5 series. If they win tonight, 6:35 against the Falcons, Jack Moffitt will start for the Apple Sox. And you can listen to the game on Sunny FM with Joel Norman. Again, first pitch, 6:35. I like it when I can do sports and say the Mariners and the Apple Sox both win, and they did. It's 24 minutes after the hour. The obscure holiday of the day today. Dig in, folks. It's National Fried Chicken Day today. It's debated whether fried chicken came to the United States via Scottish immigrants or West African slaves. Turns out it was both. The Scottish immigrants have a tradition of frying unseasoned chicken in animal fat. Slaves from West Africa would fried chicken, but they used palm oil, and together they kind of got together and they became what we like to think as modern Southern fried chicken. And before the invention of refrigeration, fried chicken became the staple in the South in the antebellum years because it traveled well. Slaves, for the most part, were allowed to keep chickens that were no longer doing their business. They could keep them and kill them, but in order to eat them over a long period of time, they fried them, and it traveled well. So it had a long shelf life and it traveled well, and just about, of course, now you just go to the supermarket and you're good to go. There was a time in the 70s when Kentucky Fried Chicken was the largest fast food franchise, not only in this country but in the world. It isn't any longer. But fried chicken, especially homemade fried chicken, is a real treat. Today is National Fried Chicken Day. Dig in, enjoy. A chicken just clucked in my ear. It's 25 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Happy 89th birthday to the All-Star Game, the first All-Star Game of any kind in any sport. Nobody thought of this before. Arch Ward did. He was the sports editor of the Chicago Tribune. Chicago was hosting the 1933 World's Fair. And he said, hey, baseball, one of the very best of the National League, get together with the very best of the American League. We'll get together at Comiskey Park in Chicago as part of the World's Fair, and we'll play an exhibition baseball game. We actually have footage from the very first baseball game at Comiskey Park 89 years ago today. John McGraw, the manager of the Giants, came out of retirement. Connie Mack, the manager of the Athletics, managed the American League. The American League players wore their own uniforms from whatever team they represented. The National League had custom uniforms made. And, of course, who would hit the very first home run in Major League Baseball All-Star Game history? It would have to be Babe Ruth. And he did. The legendary Bambino hit the game-winning home run. Eventually, the American League beat the National League 4-2 on the home run by the Bambino. For the first decade or so, the American League dominated the All-Star Game, and the National League went on a long, long domination. And now the American League has the upper hand. The very first All-Star Game of any kind in any sport, football, hockey, basketball, baseball, doesn't matter, 89 years ago today with the very first Major League Baseball All-Star Game. It was just supposed to be a one-off event, and it went over so well, they decided to make it an annual event, and they have. 80 years ago today, July 6, 1942, take a look at that room. Anne Frank and her family went into hiding in the famous secret annex above her father's office in an Amsterdam warehouse, and there they would hide out for the next 2.5 years, and Anne Frank wrote her famous diary. But they went into hiding on this date in 1942, by the way. Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam is the #1 tourist attraction in that entire country. And it's one of those things, there's really not a lot to see, but it's the history of it and what you get when you visit it that gets to you. Anne Frank and her family went into hiding on this date 80 years ago today. This is the 78th anniversary of one of the worst disasters ever. On July the 6th, 1944, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus traveled to Hartford, Connecticut. Sometime during the course of the program, a fire started. There were about 5,000 people under the big top. How the fire started, they never discovered. But as you might imagine, it spread very, very rapidly. 168 people would lose their lives from all kinds of different ways. Some were trampled to death, some from smoke inhalation, some were burned to death. Over 700 were injured in Hartford, Connecticut. Can you imagine that? The Hartford Circus fire. When you put together a whole bunch of canvas and a whole bunch of people and a bunch of sawdust and wood and cigarettes, this will happen. The Hartford Circus fire, one of America's worst fire disasters, 78 years ago today. And finally, the meeting that made musical history, July the 6th, 1957, 67 years ago today, on a Sunday afternoon at the Woolton Fete in Liverpool, England. Basically, it was a community mini celebration with performances and speeches and magic acts and what have you. On a lazy Sunday afternoon at the Woolton Fete, a mutual friend introduces John Lennon to Paul McCartney. They had never met. Paul was impressed that John Lennon had his own band, a skiffle group called the Quarrymen. John Lennon was impressed that Paul McCartney knew how to tune a guitar, and within a week, Paul McCartney was a member of the Quarrymen. 65 years ago today, John and Paul met for the first time and formed a musical partnership that would change music forever. It's the bottom of the hour. Birthdays. Merv Griffin. The Merv Griffin Show, the creator of Wheel of Fortune. He created Jeopardy. He made a lot of money, and he wasn't afraid to live up his billionaire status. When he died in 2007 at 82, he was one of the wealthiest men in America, much less show business. Merv Griffin, born in the state 1925. Bill Haley, Rock Around the Clock, one of the earliest rock and roll stars ever, was huge in Great Britain, big here in England, and then a certain singer from Tupelo, Mississippi, sort of eclipsed Bill Haley and pretty much everybody else. Bill Haley, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the second class of 1987, died impoverished and forgotten in 1981 at the age of 55. He was born in the state in 1925. We always do presidents. The 43rd president of the United States, George W. Bush, born in this state. He is now 76 years old today, living a very quiet, retired life with his wife, Laura, in a suburb of Dallas. George W. Bush, the 43rd president of the United States, is 76 years old today. And who does George W. Bush share a birthday with? Who does he share a birthday with? That guy, who is not the president of the United States. Sylvester Stallone is 76. Rocky Balboa, John Rambo. He wrote or co-wrote almost all of his films, directed a lot of them too. I watched Rocky, the original Rocky from 1976 over the weekend. It's still a good movie. Happy 76th to Sylvester Stallone. Somebody should probably tell him. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Mike McNaughty has an opinion. And then I had a chance to go down and visit with Mariah Thornock, the brand new executive director of the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. You'll get to know Mariah when we come back on this Winning Wednesday. Yeah, we're doing it again. VIP passes up for grabs to the Gateway Cinema. VIP passes. You want to go to the movies on us, winner at ncwlife.com. And if you don't enter, you can't win. Don't forget about that. All those people who do not enter the contest are automatically ineligible. If you want to win a pair of tickets to go to the movies at the VIP spot, send me an email. I'll give you another reminder before the top of the hour. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on a Winning Wednesday on the NCW Life channel.
Did you know that nearly 50% of pet poisoning cases involve human medications and prescription drugs? Sometimes the culprit's a curious dog, but cats get into their share of trouble as well. Other times, pet owners mistakenly give their pets their own medications that are safe to people but toxic to their pets. Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff care about your pets. Go to pawsandclawsvh.com for a complete list of medications to avoid or call 888-PAWS.
This is the NCW Live concert calendar. Fridays, it's live music at Alta Cellars in downtown Manson from 4 to 7 p.m. Sunday, it's Succession Winery located between Chelan and Manson with live music from 2 to 5. Chelan Cellars and Sorrento's Restaurante present music on Mondays at 4 p.m. weekly. Check the individual websites for more information. That's the NCW Live concert calendar.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact, reduced our total energy output, and we have found better ways to repurpose our resources. Our smart dealership was built with sustainability in mind from the ground up, meaning no wasted power, water, or other precious resources. In this beautiful valley, we live here, we work here, we play here, and we are here to serve you, whether it's taking care of our environment or providing you with a new or used vehicle or servicing your current one. We are proud to be a green dealership, and at Apple Valley Honda, we are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
D&L Army Surplus in Wenatchee is stocked with items for the whole family, from ammo to collectibles and so much more. D&L Army Surplus, your one-stop shop for military surplus, survival, camping, and tactical gear. Bring the whole family and stop on by today.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life Channel.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, Amazon, the mega giant consumer retail business that's literally changing our society. Now, some people hate that beast. Now, Amazon is supposedly driving up housing costs in Seattle, paying people slave wages, yada, 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 yada. Well, maybe they are doing that, but you have to admit, being able to find exactly what you want from the privacy of your own home and have it delivered in a day or two, that sure beats driving all over town looking for something that possibly no real retailer even has in stock. And quite frankly, the deteriorating customer service that is rampant in some retail businesses may be a big part of the reason why Amazon is so popular. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Hey Wenatchee Valley, this is Ben Griffin. I'm here with my friend Eddie the Yeti. He wants to share some big news.
Arctic Refrigeration is now employee-owned and has a new name, Columbia Cooling and Refrigeration. I want you to remember this summer, when you're hot and sweaty, call the Eddie.
No, it's called the Yeti, Y-E-T-I, not called the Eddie.
Whatever. We are a factory-authorized Bryant dealer, whatever it takes.
Give us a call at Columbia Cooling and Refrigeration at 509-662-5911.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Protect your family and save money with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to Guardian Services from LocalTel. Call Guardian Security from LocalTel now or visit localtel.net to learn more.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
The best pizza in the known universe is right here in downtown Chelan, so come on up. For the best locally crafted beer and barbecue in Chelan, come on up.
For the best down-home scratch country cooking in North Central Washington, you'll find it in Manson. Come on up.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary Seller's Assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. We're here at the lovely campus of the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center with the brand new executive director, who's no stranger to anybody who's lived in the Wenatchee Valley over the past 30 years, an old friend of mine, dating back to her Red Cross days. Mariah Thornock has the keys to the building and knows where everything is. Congratulations on the new gig.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's good to be back together again.
So you've been with the museum for quite some time. Kenny decided to leave to pursue other interests, and good for her, onward and upward for Kenny Sturgeon. So the job opened up for executive director, the person in charge. First of all, you had to show your interest. So walk me through that whole process from the time Kenny said, I'm leaving, to you got the phone call and saying you want the gig. Walk me through that whole thing.
Yeah, so when Kenny let the board know that she was leaving, the board decided to bring on a recruiting firm to help them with the search. So this was a nationwide search that they undertook, but they really focused it in the Pacific Northwest, looking for somebody who had museum experience, nonprofit experience. And they spent some time deciding what they wanted the position to look like, if they wanted to make any changes from Kenny, particularly knowing that we wanted to, do big, great things in the future and find a person that would fit that. This spring, I decided that this was the right time for me to throw my hat in the ring, as you'd say. So I went through the same process that everybody else did. I reached out to the recruiting firm and I let them know that I'd like to submit an application. I let the board know and our interim director, let my boss know that I was applying for a job. Did all of the same stuff, sent in a resume, went through interviews with the board, and it went pretty quick. I actually had my interview about 2 weeks ago, got notified about a week ago, and started on Friday.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Just like that. So the search firm probably found 25, 30 candidates, and then before any one-on-one interviews, they whittled it down to, like half a dozen or so, and then they were presented to the board, which whittled it down even more. At what point was it a one-on-one thing with the board as with other finalists?
About 2 weeks ago, we had one-on-one interviews with the board, and so there was a lot of steps that they put us through. It was a phone interview or a video chat with the board president. We had a series of questions. I had several pages of questions that I answered. Went through a personality test, so got to know a little bit more about myself.
Oh, congratulations on having a personality.
That's right.
I ordered one on Amazon. It should be here any day.
One that you can test. And then after had some conversations with the recruiting firm, and then after those initial kind of breakthrough steps, then we had the board interviews.
At what point did you go home and say, honey, I'm doing pretty good? Was there any kind of that in your mind to say, I think I'm doing good, I may have a chance here?
About 5 minutes after I got the phone call that I got the job.
Well, tell me about that. The president of the board, I'm sure, made the phone call, right? Kathleen, is she the one who called?
Actually, it was the woman that was heading up the search. It was the chair of our personnel committee, Stephanie Stauffer. She's been on the board for about 3 years now and has a lot of great HR experience. So she was the one that made the call. And delightful person, somebody you always want to get a call from, regardless. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty exciting. Yeah, you know, I think because getting the position meant so much to me that there wasn't any way in my brain that I was going to let myself believe that I was doing great. You know, I had to couch it just in case.
You've been with the museum for a while, so you've built up relations with the employees, the board, your patrons, especially the deep-pocketed patrons who donate on a regular basis. That couldn't have hurt.
No, and it's, you know, I think it's my favorite part about getting this job. I mean, when I left the Red Cross, one of the hardest things was leaving a staff that I loved, leaving amazing volunteers, having to tell a board that I thought was great. This time I get to bring all my friends along with me, and that's not often that you get to do that. So, the transition, you know, is going to be a big one in the sense of I've got to figure out my priorities were with one, you know, in one area when I was director of ops. I've got to pivot that, but I get to do that with a team that I know and love, with a board that I'm already familiar with patrons and members that I've been at events with for the last almost 9 years. So I feel like I have a real leg up in that sense.
I'm sure one of the questions that they asked you during the interview process is what's your vision for the museum? Not only the physical layout, but the museum itself. How do you answer that? I mean, that's a big umbrella, I know, but they had to have asked you that, right?
Well, I think definitely the in that I had is that I know the museum has a really solid vision for where it wants to go in the next 5 to 10 years. And so my job is to embrace that vision, which I already did. I think it's amazing. But then talk about how I would be able to fulfill that vision, how I bought into it, how I see that vision rolling out. And even after that's done, where are we going to go next? 10 years from now, where do I think that we could start to take the museum in a different direction or build it up further? So mine was that you've got an amazing vision. I'm bought in. I love it. Here's how we're going to make it happen.
We talked about this before we roll cameras. The physical layout of the building, there's been a lot of improvements have been made. They have a brand new AV system, which was just put in, that was funded through the legislature. Thank you, local legislators, for making that happen. So that little headache has been taken care of, which allows you to have more events. Now that we're through COVID, is this place going to really, I mean, I know we're through COVID, but it takes a little while for the momentum to get back, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And for people to feel comfortable to reset their routines, we've been thoughtful about that. We have an exhibit coming in this fall, which I think is going to help that. Your viewers might have remembered about 2019, we brought in a children's museum exhibit from Boston. We're doing something similar to that this fall. It's going to come from OMSI. I think it's going to be just as exciting. It's going to be fairly relevant, and I think it'll give people a chance to rediscover the museum again.
And so, since you were an insider, the learning curve, I'm assuming, isn't that too difficult. I mean, you're now in charge, but the fact that you know everybody and have a general idea what everybody is supposed to be doing at any given time, you're probably eases that transition period for you a little bit, doesn't it? It
does, yeah. It lets me hit the ground running a little bit harder. You know, I know the challenges that some of our staff is facing. I can help them in a higher capacity. I also get to take time to dig in with all of the staff on things that they're working through and see how we can support them better. Whereas I had my team before that I worked more closely with. So this is going to give me a chance to work with the staff in a different way. It's also going to give me an opportunity to go out to people that you knew me as director of operations. Now you get to know me as executive director, and hopefully those relationships will blossom as well.
Well, as the new executive director, Mariah Thornock, I'll let you have the final word on whatever message you have for the viewers of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, all 900,000 of them. I'll let you take it home.
Yeah, well, I'm incredibly excited. I'm thrilled to be taking on this opportunity. I hope people come down and check out what we're having here at the museum. In addition to Zoo and You, Night at the Museum is coming up. And I know many of you, but I want to get to know many of you more. So come to any of those events, stop me on the street, say hi, and I'll tell you what's going on at the museum.
Congratulations on the gig. Again, I've known Mariah for a long time, and I can't think of somebody better suited for the job than you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, have fun. That's the most important thing. Have fun.
Absolutely.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Bob's Burgers and Brews in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy great food, great service, and a great time. Only the best for our guests. We look forward to serving you. Stop on by today.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
For more than 56 years, Crown Furniture and Mattress has been serving North Central Washington with the same principles we were founded on, offering the best quality, great value, incredible comfort, honesty, integrity, and of course, made in the USA. Because so much of our inventory is made in America, it has alleviated a lot of the shortages companies are experiencing nationwide. We are overstocked and ready to deliver. So stop by and see us today or visit us online at www.crownfurnitureandmattress.com.
Soak in the savings at Boswell's. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to fill your home with the world's most comfortable seating for less. It's time for Stressless, proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Chuck Dronan, Managing Member at Eplodolin Retirement and Assisted Living. It's been a tough year for all of us, but especially for those working and living in senior care facilities. Over the course of these many difficult months, our staff at Eplodolin has been vigilant in adhering to federal and state guidelines to protect and assure the safety of our residents and their caregivers. If you're in need of assisted living for a loved one, give us a call at Eplodolin. We're here for you.
Winnie Wednesday is back because, well, it's Wednesday. And so we give stuff away. And we're giving away not one, but two prizes. Because if one isn't enough, and gee, don't you think it ought to be? Sometimes we do too. Once again, VIP passes to the VIP theater at the Gateway. Beer, wine, specialty food, first run movies. In fact, playing still at the VIP spot, Top Gun Maverick. Still playing. Ending today, by the way, if you want to see these movies at the VIP spot, today's the last day before they bring in some new movies. Jurassic Park Dominion is having its last showing tonight at the VIP cinema at 7:45, which doesn't work for me because that's about my bedtime. And Elvis, which has been getting some pretty good reviews. Our very own Captain Wagner saw it a couple weeks ago. It was given the Tucker Wagner seal of approval. And if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for you. Elvis also ends today, and they'll be bringing in some new movies. So, the VIP spot. Don't forget the rules. Got to be at least 21 because they serve adult beverages there, so that's a no-brainer. Because it's called the VIP spot, you have to be a very important person. Remember that. Also, you need to not be an employee of Solion Communications, Localtel Communications, and their immediate families because you are not eligible. Sorry, Patty. Email me, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. That's how you enter. It's via the email. And if you have more than one email address, you can enter more than once. That's not a problem. It's one entry per email address. You just can't enter over and 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 over again on the same email address. We keep track of these things. And if that wasn't enough, and gee, don't you think it ought to be? Eric found this on his desk, and he said, give this away in your show, Dan. So it's Buckaroo. Look out. This is one Moody Mule. So basically, it's you grab some gear, you put it on the mule, and then you make the mule kick, and when the mule kicks all the gear off, you're out of luck. Ages 4 and up, so the vast majority of my audience can't win this. Buckaroo, the saddle stacking game with a Moody Mule. We're going to throw this in as a bonus prize for today's Winning Wednesday because what the heck. So 2 tickets to the VIP theater And the board game Buckaroo up for grabs, and we'll do the drawing a little bit later on today on Facebook Live, authorities permitting. We have some time, so we thought we'd take a little tour around the valley. It's been raining since the show began. When the show began, it was dry, but the rain has moved in. Now, it's not going to last particularly long, but it is raining in many locations. We're back to the Arundel Rock camera, and there's our bird friend. That's probably the same bird that the captain and I saw about an hour ago hanging around on the tower there. As you can see, the Lake Antioch moving a little bit. The Columbia River is still running cold and still running high, and here we are well into July by now, but you can visualize the band of rain that's coming down. That's the Arundel Rock camera pointing back down towards Wenatchee, looking over onto the Chelan County side of the highway on 97A. Camera number 2, I think we're using the same cameras. Yep. Stein Hill does not look like it's raining in Cashmere right now. Now, maybe, I don't know, that's the Stein Hill camera at the very tip top of Stein Hill. You can see the fairgrounds clear as day. You can see the Cashmere Golf Course and the vast majority of Cashmere proper as it recedes to become Monitor. If we turn that camera around to the other side, we would be seeing Dryden. Well, right now, by the way, it is not raining in Dryden and 61 degrees. Camera number 3. Beautiful view from Jump Off Ridge. As you can see that band of showers moving through. The wind is blowing out of the west-southwest at 8 miles an hour. That tells me that basically the weather is coming from the Mission Ridge area and sliding in over the top of the Wenatchee Valley. It looks like East Wenatchee is really getting the brunt of the rain right now, although it is raining lightly outside of our studios in downtown Wenatchee. And it's only 61 degrees, which is actually fairly mild, but it's not going to get particularly warm today. And camera 4. The one thing I like about the rain, how things smell so sweet. Like I can't sing the song. We'll have to pay royalties to Rogers and Hammerstein's families. I don't want to do that. There's another view of the band of rain. It's basically seeming to coming down for the most part in its heaviest amounts in the East Wenatchee area. Not so much in Wenatchee, but again, it looks like almost everybody is getting a little bit of light rain, which was not out of the question when we did the forecast earlier, but it's raining more than it was supposed to rain. We did have some overnight rain, and it's raining pretty much everywhere in our viewing area, but it's not going to last very long from the National Weather Service. It looks something like this. From the National Weather Service, it looks there we go. Don't be alarmed by not seeing Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. There will be, unless something really bad happens, there will be a Tuesday and there will be a Wednesday next week. But apparently, the captain is so excited about the weather next Thursday, he just wanted to skip ahead. Anyway, cloudy and rainy this morning, eventually some sun breaks this afternoon. We'll get up to right around 79 or 80. Yesterday's high was 78, or normal high 85, so below normal today. 57 for the overnight low tonight. No rain in the forecast Thursday, but we will see a couple of passing clouds. By the way, there is a slight chance of some light rain tonight, just as the unsettled weather continues. Just a slight chance. We didn't even bother to put it in the forecast. Thursday, dry, with just a few passing clouds, high about 82 degrees. Mostly clear, overnight low of about 58 on Thursday night. Here comes the weekend. We get going Friday with sunshine and a high of 84. That's looking good, 58 for the overnight low. We'll take 85 on Saturday with bountiful sunshine. A couple of degrees warmer on Sunday, a couple of degrees warmer on Monday. By the time we get to Tuesday, even though it's not graphically represented, we could very well be in the mid-90s. And the long-term forecast, according to the National Weather Service, it really, as you can see, gets going on Friday. But Friday, all the way for the next following 10 days or so, looks to be very sunny and very mild indeed. We're liking that. So get ready for some summertime weather. It's been a long time since we've had that. Get your entries in for Winning Wednesday. Again, we'll do the drawing sometime in the noon hour, normally on Facebook Live. Email me, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. That's how you enter the contest. And again, up for grabs, a pair of tickets to any movie you want to see between now and the end of the year. These don't expire until December. So you got some time. If there's a movie that's coming down the pike that you really want to see, and you want to see it at the VIP spot, as opposed to a regular movie theater, which is really, as I mentioned before, the only way to go. You can hold on to this. You can hold on to these tickets until a movie that you really want to see comes to the VIP spot. Email me, winner@ncwlife.com, and we'll throw in Buckaroo as a bonus prize, because what the heck. I just knocked my phone over. That means the show was over. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.